guy is shooting.
This is the true story. The real, true story. Of how I wanted to make a documentary about weird places.
Oh God.
Is that a bow kill?
That's a bow kill. And then ended up at the North Pole hunting polar bears.
Polar bears are just knocking on our door saying, hey, we're in trouble, you're about to be in trouble too.
Did you know that you can hunt polar bears legally?
You hear that? You have to hunt polar bear.
I didn't.
I'm not here to go on vacation. I'm here to kill.
I won't go any further.
This is not just a show of who kills the biggest animal, no.
I don't know what to say.
There is no danger to the polar bear at the present time, and there's no indication that there will be at any time in the future. It's all a lot of scare story.
We should go on a hunt.
When you're on a hunt, you have to leave your emotions at home.
It won't take minutes and you're dead. Oh God, there's the bear. Shimon needs to get away from there.
The killing of even a single polar bear is betrayal to the life force.
600 here in Canada. That's what they know, but I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of bears get killed. There's not registered.
Sorry, I'm totally confused. Everything in this documentary is confusing. Strange people who go to watch polar bears. A mixture of old people, individual tourists, esoterics. I'm all of that. Old, weird, and esoteric. I'm ready. I'm concerned about the airplane and about the snowstorm. But we sort it out.
Hi, how are you? Thank you.
I hate small airplanes.
رو عکس درست نمیبینم. یه بار دیگه عکس قشنگ بفرست واسم که تشخیص بدم. من الان با تلفنمو خاموش کنم.
Hi, I'm Michael. That was my mom. Problems with her laptop. Yes, they can't wait even if I was in the middle of something. And she ain't really feel what I do for a living, but hey, I love my gig mom. I'm a journalist and entertainer. My last trip was really cool. I made a documentary about the black market for great apes. On that trip, I saw just how much people are captivated by nature and its creatures. Take, for instance, the tiny town of Churchill in Canada. Every year, thousands flock there to catch a glimpse of one of the world's most dangerous animals before it vanishes. There was just something about this place that I felt truly special. Trust me, folks, this tale is going to grip you. I had no idea how adventurous this journey would turn out to be.
It's pretty cold.
Never walk at night after 10. If you see a polar bear in a town, call Polar Bear Alert. Kriegen wir hin.
We sorted out, yeah? I thought it would be warmer.
Hey.
I'm completely underdressed. Shit. I should have brought a scarf. Why I'm so badly prepared.
Can you say who's going to pick us up?
What shall I say?
Who's going to pick us up?
Yes, so we're waiting for a stringer now, for our guys, so to speak, because you can't and aren't allowed to move around here, and there are no cars, and you can't rent anything, and so on. And here she comes.
Perfect.
I'm Courtney.
Courtney. I'm Michael. So do we have normal weather conditions right now or not?
Well, right now it's a little bit colder, or sorry, not colder, it's a little bit warmer
And it should be.
than it normally is. However, there's been a big storm over a couple of provinces that have moved north. So in about an hour or so, the snow will start to fall, and over the next 2 days, there should be a quite heavy amount of snow, which is very normal for this time of year.
Aha.
Oh god, it's freezing.
So, willkommen.
Welcome to my little hut. This is where I live. Come on in. So, this is my living room. This is where I usually am during the day. Close the door. I'm really scared. She said there was a bear right now around the corner here today at 8:15 a.m. And if we see a bear, we absolutely need to call polar bear alert. This is not a joke. You have to help each other out here. So where do I turn the lights on? Always close the door. Close doors, but don't lock them. Close them. Did I lock them? No. Well.
Why not lock it?
In case there's a bear running around out there, someone can immediately run into a house or jump into a car, something like that. It's a little freaky. I mean, it's a predator, yeah? Oh god, I thought there was a bear, but it's just a rock.
Churchill. Round about 1,000 inhabitants and about 7,000 tourists per year. Main attraction, polar bears. Polar bears wait here until the ice is thick enough in autumn for seal hunting. They need the ice to hunt. And when the bears are close to town, they are hungry. Really, really hungry. For months they have eaten nothing, and so lots of tourists wait here to get close to the bears. Armed with cameras, they embark on safaris and quests for the perfect snapshot of these imposing creatures, which can reach a staggering 3 meters 40 in size.
This place would be nothing without the polar bears, you know? No one would ever want to live here. Ever. For what? Why? Why could anyone build this place here? Tell me. Alright, there's the only supermarket. Let's go in. Oh, they look cute. I like them.
Shouldn't we buy something to protect ourselves against bears?
Yeah. Let's buy some bear defender spray or something like that. We can't walk around here without protection. Where can I find the bear defender spray? Fire extinguisher. Oh, there is scotch. What are we doing here? Should we buy something? So where do I find bear spray and emergency something? Olive oil costs about as much as gold here. But cocktail cherries are pretty cheap. I somehow find them adorable. I need a shopping cart. I mean, it's bizarre that we can buy bananas here. I mean, we're on the other side of the planet. So where's my shopping cart? I'm going to buy some wine now, okay?
Oh.
It's snowing quite a lot.
You know you just haven't bought anything to protect us from the bears.
I bought some very good Californian red wine that I would throw at the polar bear. And if the bear is smart, it would rather take the wine than me. Look at this, nobody will go there. You can't see anything.
Man sieht gar nichts. Krass. Wie beschwerlich so ein kurzer
How
Weg ist.
exhausting such a short distance can be.
Boah, es ist aber auch... Soll bis morgen...
There is expected to be 30 centimeters of new snow by tomorrow.
Ich bleib jetzt hier.
I'm staying here. I'm not moving any inch from here.
meine, sie haben Bären gesichtet an der Schädel.
I mean, they spotted bears behind the fence here at 8:15 a.m. in the morning.
Oh Gott.
I'm closing the door.
Turn on the light in here for a second.
Close now.
What time is it? 10 p.m.?
Let me have a quick look on the other side, please. To see if everything is closed. So where's the bear?
That wasn't far away, so the alarm was close, right?
The alarm was closed. I'm afraid that these animals come in here from everywhere now. I'm locking all the doors. It's locked. That's wonderful. They said don't go outside at night under any circumstances. We were just hanging out on the porch for a bit. We should have listened.
Ein jähes Ende unseres Unterfangs.
An abrupt end to our mission out there.
First night in Churchill.
And then this. I was like, oh God.
My heart leapt into my throat.
Okay, also.
Okay, so absolutely not setting one foot outside the door in the evening. Not a single one. There's no way we're doing this again. I knew it wasn't a good idea. But
I'll just turn the camera off again, yeah?
Okay.
You know, people are coming from all over the world to this tiny place, thousands of them, to this little town called Churchill, just to do one thing. They want to see polar bears, and they are spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to go on polar bear safari. And that's exactly what we're doing now. We're going on polar bear safari early in the morning. Hi, Caleb.
Hello, hello.
It's cold.
It's pleasant.
Huh. So where are we going to?
We'll just go and have a look at what we can see, which is probably not a whole lot. But
there was an alert yesterday evening here.
Probably saying that there were bears in town.
But it was just one time.
Just one bear, I guess.
So one alert, one bear?
Yeah.
And is it area by area, or?
If you heard it, it must have been very close to your house because they have sirens scattered throughout the town. So it was probably right outside your door.
It was very close to here.
Yeah. Did you look for tracks this morning when you got up?
Of course
not. It was probably
not.
sitting at your window last night, breathing air against the window. I'm kidding. There's a siren that goes off at 10 o'clock every night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
One time?
One time.
Okay. I should have asked you before. Really? I was thinking what's happening here.
Yeah, it's just a curfew siren to let people know that it's
working.
It's time to go to bed.
Oh, this is amazing.
There's the Hudson Bay, guys.
Oh.
Copy that. He's on top of the rocks or on the coastline. I'm asking. We actually just pulled over into Sticky Creek. I just wanted to see if I could get eyes on from over here in case he continued this way on the coast. I'm just about to stop and pull up the binoculars.
No, he gets the gun. Okay, it's getting serious.
Yep. So we'll wait another few minutes to see exactly, but if she decides to lie down.
Just wait here. Look, dude, there's about to be a traffic jam here on the road. It's madness. They're coming from all sides.
Yeah, but he's moving this way, hopefully. So I don't know if you want to set your sticks up out here just to be ready. You can.
Yep.
Oh god, it's freezing. Polar bear has been spotted.
Alle sind da.
All of them are here.
Wahnsinn.
Crazy. It's like an action film.
Oh, there.
You see that?
Yeah, I did. Der kommt direkt.
Oh, he's coming right at us, dude. Shit.
Das hätte ich nicht
I
geglaubt.
wouldn't have believed that. He would come so close to us.
Between 600 and 1,000 bears come to the Churchill area each year. They avoid the city and its people, if they can. It's Wahnsinn.
When you look at this, you start thinking about
Es gehen so
everything.
viele Sachen durch den Kopf. Wie kann man... Was ist
This is an animal without any natural enemies. It's always a little sad. Oh, when you look at this, you start thinking about everything. What people get up to. You smell the gas? The harsh smell of gas, all engines running, so that we do not freeze during our adventure.
Abenteuer.
The pack is waiting in expensive outdoor clothes, expensive camera lenses. Yeah, we're on a polar bear safari. You have to be able to afford it. To go on polar bear safari.
In die Arktis zu
Going to the Arctic to watch polar bears.
Ich meine, so lange wird's
I mean, it won't last that long. I think most of the people here, I think they are caring less. I don't think they don't care at all, but only a little.
Wenig Gedanken.
You don't want to think about it. Nobody wants to be responsible for this animal going extinct, huh? I bought asparagus. Green asparagus with a good bottle of French wine from Bordeaux. Here. Do I need to say more? They say it's too warm, everybody, but never in front of a camera. You know how I can scare them best? It's not the bear that scares them. I just say, climate change. I just need to say that. Climate change. Boo. I hope he isn't crossing the river. Dude, he's coming. Oh, wow. He's turning around. Oh, it's damn cold.
Wahnsinn.
Crazy. Crazy, that was crazy.
Absolut.
That was crazy, I can't believe it. We are in the Arctic and a polar bear just crossed our path. Barely 5 meters away. Insane.
Das ist die Wahrheit.
That's the truth.
Das ist die Wahrheit.
That's the truth.
Yeah, 590.
Very nice guy.
Right on, that was fun. That was fun.
Alle glücklich. Aber alle
Everybody is happy.
war ein guter Bär, sagt man.
It was a good bear. As we say here in Canada, it was a good bear.
Das ist
It's
Wahnsinn.
crazy to see an animal. I'm speechless. It feels like skydiving. The adrenaline is extremely high. You're just smiling all day.
Maximal oben und du denkst, das kann doch nicht angehen.
I never thought we would see this animal that close. Never, ever. Directly on the other side of the river. Crazy.
I would like to thank my guide Caleb for driving Western idiots like me through the Arctic, for having an experience they won't ever forget in their life, seeing real polar bears in their natural habitat. And don't mix it up, guys. The problem is me, not the guys over there in Churchill. And this polar bear safari, this is something like the gold standard. The normal tourists are doing something else. The world-known tundra buggy tour, $1,000 per each. And they won't let us film there. I don't know why. They're not doing anything forbidden. But from now on, we're just ordinary tourists making some pictures for mommy and daddy at home. Enjoy.
Ooh, it's pretty cool today.
Where are you from?
Germany.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a long way from home.
Yeah, far away.
There's a lot of them. We're buggy number 13, so I assume there are at least 13 buggies. We're all gonna park here, one after the other, and watch the coast to see a bear.
Einen Bären zu sehen. Ganz große
There's a
Aufregung.
lot of excitement. Bears have been spotted, guys. Turbulence in the buggy. The lady who sat in front of us suffered a nervous breakdown. She was overwhelmed by her feelings, so touched to see it. The polar bear mother with her babies, she can't hold on to herself. She's done. That's just the way a safari goes. I mean, I've done safari myself in Africa. I've also done that driving around by car. Exactly the same thing. It's always like that when something becomes industrialized. No, not industrialized, professionalized. It's all about the money. Feels kind of weird. I don't know. I've also really learned a little bit in the last years. I've changed my view of the world, maybe a little bit. 10 years ago, probably would have said this is lovely, this is fun, no question. But I mean, whoever sees a polar bear in real life, it's cool. Without a doubt. I mean, they're living there. A polar bear, guys, come on, in the Arctic. I don't know, but somehow I've changed my view on the world.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, take care. Thank you very much. Yes. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you.
If you now think it's strange to drive with military vehicles through the tundra to get some nice shots of polar bears, I'll tell you something. Churchill is world famous for being the only place on Earth which has an animal prison. Yes, the so-called polar bear holding facility. When the bears come too close to town, they get imprisoned to learn not to come back. And somebody who can tell us more about this strange place and everything what changed through the last decades in this tiny village is an icon of Churchill. Let's welcome Penny.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Hi,
I know why I'm here. This is paradise. You must be Penny.
How are you?
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Michael. Thanks for having me. I want to see everything here.
I want to welcome you to the Trading Post and to Churchill.
Thank you.
Polar bear capital of the world, you know.
It is. What is this for a place where we are here right now?
This is called the Arctic Trading Company, and it's a business that I started with my husband Keith back about 40 years ago.
What changed during the last 40 years?
Well, climate-wise, there is a big change, for
Really?
sure.
So the climate is changing, you can feel it.
When we first came here, we hardly ever had rain. Very, very rarely had rain, and now we have a lot more rain than we used to have before.
In Canada, the climate is currently warming as twice as fast as in the rest of the world. Areas without ice warm up faster and melt even more ice. A vicious circle.
We used to get our first snowfall by the end of September.
Yeah.
This year, our first snowfall came in the first week of October. We have to have ice before the bears leave, right? So if the ice doesn't form, the bears are stuck here. Here we are, the 27th of October, and I don't even know if there's slush ice on the ocean yet.
Yeah. But most of the people don't want to talk about this. Some of them are more afraid of the word climate change than of a polar bear running on the street.
I can believe that. That is so Churchill. I can believe that.
What do you think about your holding facility, or the polar bear jail, as other people are calling it? Is it right or wrong?
Wow. I wish that they would not have to use the polar bear jail, but there's no other solution right now other than killing bears. We have had nuisance bears in the community, and they're put in the jail, and they're held there. Sometimes I think they're held way much longer than they should be. I'm not really up to date with the newest policies, but I remember they used to keep bears in there long periods of time, months, which I don't think is right, because they don't feed them or anything when they're in there.
Months?
Yeah, months.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's very sad. It's very sad.
The polar bear season in Churchill only lasts a few weeks. The town and tourism depend on polar bears coming very close to the town limits. However, due to climate change, they don't find enough to eat in the wild, and then they occasionally get too close. I learned that there is a prison for these problem bears. People here don't like to talk about that, not even our guide. Officially, the prison is called Holding Facility. I have to have a look at it, but that is only possible under the supervision of the conservation office. And I had to promise the conservation officer not to use the word prison. Hi.
Hi there.
I'm Michael, how are you?
Chantal McLean,
Nice to meet
Conservation
you.
Officer.
Nice to
meet you.
So what are you doing?
We're going for a ride along with
I'm
the Polar
excited.
Bear Alert program.
Ah, okay.
Welcome to Churchill.
Thank you very much.
You ready
It's exciting
to go?
being here.
All right.
Really exciting city. Chantal, seeing the gun and seeing the bullets, it seems that people are always in danger here. But I don't feel like being in danger. It's a very calm place. Or is this my fault?
In Churchill, we coexist with apex predators. So at any time of day, there could be a polar bear walking down the street just outside of town. And that's when people are going to call us, the Polar Bear Alert Program, and we are going to come move that bear out of town and help it safely on its way.
Got it.
All right. You ready to go on patrol?
Sure I am.
We're at a place right now called Complex Beach. The reason why we have so many polar bears in Churchill is because typically the ice melts during the summer all the way over on the east side. The bears will get off the ice and spend their summers on the east side of town, so they're just antsy to get back out and start hunting again, and Churchill's directly in their path. So they're gonna walk through town and head out to that first ice.
Wouldn't it be better to build the city somewhere else than here?
If you were to build Churchill again, I don't think anyone would ever put it where it is. It is directly in the middle of the bear's migration path.
So if somebody's calling you, I'm calling you today and say there's a bear close to my house. 54 James, what are you doing?
From there, once our team arrives at a bear that's in town, we will take the quickest avenue to get the bear out of town.
How are you doing this, with the cars or by asking them politely?
I wish that worked. We have a couple different methods to haze bears. The bears are typically very responsive to noise. So when we show up with a bear, we can use a regular honk of our horn, and the bear is gonna look, see us, and typically it knows, okay, time to move. The polar bear alert team is here.
What the bear is not moving?
If we have a bear that we have determined may continue to have problem behavior, so this is a bear that keeps coming back to town or a bear that keeps coming to the dump, this is a bear that we'll consider immobilizing. Once we immobilize a bear, we put it into the D20 polar bear holding facility. Back before it was a polar bear holding facility, it used to be a military storage compound, so it kept its military names. When we immobilize the bear, we put it into our D20 holding facility, and we keep it there for 30 days or until first ice.
Why people are calling it the polar bear jail?
We don't use the term polar bear jail or prison at all. That is not what it is. The bears we deal with, they don't have many options. If they keep coming back to town, they're eventually going to have a negative experience with a human. And by us doing proactive tranquilizing and handling of that bear, we prevent that negative experience from happening. So D20 is the way that we keep the polar bears alive. It's our way of protecting the bears.
And how many bears are there usually inside?
In the past, it's been full. Last year,
full?
Full.
So how many
28 bears.
beds you have? 28?
Not right now. Currently, we have 3 bears right now. Last year, we handled 10 bears.
So why is nobody allowed to go inside?
That's a great question. One of the objectives of the Polar Bear Alert Program is to prevent problem behavior from happening. So that problem behavior can be food conditioning or human habituation. We want to prevent those 2 problem behaviors. So in D20, none of our bears get any food. They get water or snow, but no food because we don't want them to see the facility and think this means I'm going to be fed. Inside of D20, all the bears are in an individual cell, so they can't see each other and they can't see us as well. We don't want them to get used to seeing us or to hearing our voices, so we spend as little time as possible in there because we don't want them to become used to us.
Oh, they can't see each other and they can't see you.
Yep. So you're good to hop out if you want here. We are safe.
Here are 3 bears inside, and we're not supposed to enter.
While I was trying to get a look into the polar bear jail, we were close enough to hear what Chantal and Caleb were talking about. Guys, come on. A jail is a jail. And it doesn't matter to the bears how we call it. And other than the bears, I can't stand 30 days without anything to eat.
I think this is our street, and over there, this is our pub. I need a beer now. I don't care how the beer got here. I want a good Irish Guinness.
Oh, okay. Those are extreme winds. What are we doing here? No matter where people go to, there is a pub.
And in those pubs, you have always these strange people who are telling you unbelievable stories. Unfortunately, filming isn't allowed in the bar, but we took a picture. A guest named Mike shares something with us that we can't shake off. Did you know that you can hunt polar bears in Canada legally? I didn't until I met Mike. Mike delivers goods to remote research stations and villages, and today he wants to introduce us to a friend of his, a scientist.
Mike, by the way, is a pilot and a lovely stewardess.
Now, guys, Fabian, listen to 5 exits, 2 doors in the front, 2 doors in the back. The front doors, each way you turn, you can open the doors. This one, regular door handles, nothing blocked. This one needs an exit. Emergency kit, first aid kit in here. The ELT, emergency locator in the tail, the switch for that in the cockpit on the left side. Satellite phone under the, behind the co-pilot seat. And weather's good. There's bears in camp. 45 minutes, follow the coastline, low level. That good with you guys?
Perfect.
All right,
Exciting.
let's go.
To? Oh, we're just off Churchill, 10 miles out, and we're heading north-westbound to Gelini River. It's 102 miles from Churchill, and that's where the bear camp is, and we go visit them and see if there's any bears and check it out.
I can't forget about what you told us yesterday in the pub, that hundreds of bears are shot here legally in Canada. Who's the guy we're going to meet right now? What will he tell us?
Today we're going to stop at the Arctic Kingdom camp. They're doing bear watch there, usually 4 or 5 days.
And the biologist is who?
His name is Gillian.
Gillian.
Hopefully he's there. Yeah, but I asked him today again. I asked him, okay, how many get shot? He said, the known are 600 a year.
600 here in Canada.
That's what they know, but I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of bears get killed. There's not registered.
In 1973, all Arctic regions agreed that polar bears should no longer be hunted as trophies, except for Canada.
But who is shooting them? The Inuit or other people?
You know, anybody can buy a license, I guess.
And these licenses are easy to buy, yeah? It's no problem.
No problem. Money buys everything in this world.
You know, we've been to this tundra buggy tour, this polar bear safari, and I saw a mole bear there with a cub. And, you know, I can't believe that somebody's going to shoot them. Why?
Well, just go on Facebook and check out all the pictures, all the posts.
So folks, we have arrived at a camp near the town of Aviat. We're here on Nunavut, and here you can find a mixture of scientists and, I don't know, tourist lodge. I mean, this is the most expensive way to do a polar bear safari. Mike said it costs around $15,000 per person to spend 5 days here in the wilderness watching polar bears. Here you can see the Hudson Bay. It should start freezing slowly, and then the bears will come. It's just incredible. Mike is flying something to somewhere, people from A to B, and we're here to talk to the biologist, what he wants to tell us about the bears.
What do you think we expect in the next years? What's happening with the bears?
That's a very large question. Well, we have some scientific data that shows that some of the bears around here have been starting to have worse body condition, a bit less reproductive output, so less youngs, less cubs. Compared to the 1980s here, the bears spend about 1 month more on the land with no ice today than in the 1980s. So in like 30 years or so, or 40 years or so, well, the period where there's no ice in the bay has taken 1 month more. So it is definitely a stress on the bears, but we we're just starting to see maybe potential impacts, but it's just hard to know when we're gonna hit that tipping point where it's just gonna be too long and they won't have enough food resources to be able to survive.
What about the hunting of the polar bears? Is this an issue or not?
We consider that normally it's around 4.5% of a population of polar bears that we can harvest without being like impacted. So that's the kind of the rate where it's sustainable. And I think right now we're maybe around 3% or so of each population on average at harvested. So we're below, yeah. So even though it's an important cultural and economical activities for Inuit, and the way it's managed, I would say it's not a threat to the polar bear population.
What about the guys coming from other countries to hunt them?
Well, it's the same thing. If somebody comes from another country, in the end, it doesn't change the total number of bears. It's just like who is harvesting them, and then these people, it brings a good amount of money in the communities because they pay lots of money to come and harvest these bears. So it's a possible income for these communities where they have very limited income resources.
And the money stays there.
The money is giving like to the communities and to the guides. So it's bring money to the family.
So, the biologist who was supposed to tell us that 1,000 polar bears are killed here every year is telling us something completely different. He's saying the exact opposite, that it's actually a pretty good situation. There are regulations, a certain number of polar bears can be hunted. The Inuit earn money for their services and can afford things they need, so it's a win-win situation. Now I'm extremely confused. What's the truth then? Are the bears going extinct or not? Maybe we should go on a hunt. Perhaps we should go hunting and see what it actually means for the Inuit. He's still lying there and sleeping.
Oder ist es ein
Or is it a rock?
You know, I think it's okay to be confused. It's science. People like me are always confused. In the end, you just need research and research and research and research, talking to people, putting all together, and getting the big picture. That's my opinion. I think it's time to say goodbye to Churchill. My mission is done here. I found somebody I thought he might be best for answering my questions about the polar bears. He's living on Vancouver Island. His name is Patrick Moore, and he is one of the co-founders of Greenpeace and its former president. And unfortunately, I think Patrick took a wrong turn somewhere in his life.
Oh, this looks like an argue.
Relax, eh?
Patrick Moore from 1971, who was on this Greenpeace boat. What happened you changed your mind?
Oh, it was a fairly long process. For the first years, there was only one campaign going on at a time, whether it was to save the whales or stop toxic waste or whatever. As it evolved, somehow the peace got lost. I mean, green and peace combined like that was a beautiful thing. We started against nuclear testing. I mean, that meant we were trying to stop civilization from being destroyed by itself. So we cared about people. And gradually, Greenpeace came to call humans the enemies of nature.
Are they?
Of course not. Would you say that the polar bear is the enemy of the seal?
No.
That's what they eat.
But the polar bear is not responsible for global warming.
Well, neither are we.
What about all the animals going extinct? What about all the animals which are endangered? What about the polar bear, for example?
Would you like me to spend a while on the polar bear?
Yeah, sure.
I'll start with the most ironic part of this. Before the glaciation, there were no polar bears because there was no ice in the Arctic. Well, where did they come from then? Did they just spring up out of the ice? No, they evolved in a divergent evolution from the Eurasian brown bear. That's how they came into being. And it took hundreds of thousands of years for this divergence to take place. Evolution is slow.
Okay, but that's okay. But now we have something like climate change, which you don't believe in?
No, climate has always changed. I mean, we went from the Eocene thermal maximum when there was no ice anywhere on the Earth, millions of years.
The polar bears, tremendous amount of scientists, again, are saying that at the end of the century, they will be extinct.
They have to admit that they've grown in population tremendously in the last 50 years. Today, their population is 4 to 5 times higher than it was in 1973. In 1973, all the polar countries signed an international treaty to end the unrestricted hunting of polar bears. So that's why the polar bear population fell to somewhere between 6,000 and 8,000. That's why they use the polar bear. Coming to my general theory that all the scare stories are about things that are either invisible or remote. Coral reefs and polar bears. Why are they the two icons? Because nobody can check, nobody can see.
But what about the changes we can see? I'm not saying all around the world.
I'm just saying where I am, living in Hamburg. It's getting much more hotter in the summers. It's getting much more warmer in the winters.
If you look at the records, you will see that it's not much more.
But I looked at the records.
There is no
all
much.
The last 20 years were extraordinarily warm. You've been to Hamburg. We have this beautiful lake there, the Alster.
Yes.
And when I was a small boy, it was frozen in winter times. Many, many times.
Yes, that was the 60s.
It never happened again.
The 1960s and 1970s were a cold period. If you go back to the 1930s, it was warm like it is now. And the United States was actually warmer then than it is today. It's just that everybody wants to forget that nobody is still alive, hardly, that was living there. So people have very, very short memories of these things.
I mean, there have been climate records for the past 100 years, so no one needs to remember. I'm actually feeling more at ease with Moore's perspective. I'm not to blame, I'm not responsible. By the way, folks, Donald Trump seems to like Moore's interviews on Fox News as well.
There is nothing unusual about the weather today. There's scare stories about quite a few things, but the CO2 one is the biggest. Doomsday has never happened. We don't have any proof that we are responsible for it. People are just saying that. The apocalypse has never happened. So that's the kind of hocus pocus these people use. A catastrophe has never happened. What, you want to roll the dice? The Earth has never died. You want to have a Ouija board? You want to have a computer model? There is no future-telling machine. There is no danger to the polar bear at the present time. There's no indication that there will be at any time in the future. Look at pictures of polar bears you see today. They are fat. It's all a lot of scare story. And that is how you control people, most of them. Some people will rebel against it, but they can always be put in a camp or something. I'm so lucky. Look where I live.
A beautiful place. Patrick Moore earns his money as a lobbyist, for example, for the nuclear industry.
In the end, you're very confused after talking to these kind of people. It always reminds me of people who say, eventually, one day you will realize that he exists out there. I mean, and I believe that he is up there, but I don't give a damn shit that you believe it or not.
You know, I deeply believe in destiny. How else would you explain that exactly next door to Patrick Moore, somebody is living who is now telling me that there is a future-telling machine? Christina Mittermeier is one of the most famous wildlife photographers on Earth, especially on polar bears.
Christina, making photography of the nature is a kind of war photography.
You know, it can be, if that's what you decide to focus your lens on. I try to make a photography that is more visionary and hopeful. So I try to paint a picture of the future I would like to see.
When we think about the polar bears, we are here in Vancouver Island. It's not that far away from the snowy part of the world. You had many of them in your photography.
Polar bears are incredibly strong, resilient, adaptable animals. That's why they've survived for so long. But they cannot survive when the sea ice, which is the ice that forms on the top of the ocean, melts for longer and longer periods of time. Because the polar bears, as you know, hibernate for a long, long time and they don't feed. When they come out, they need that ice to hunt. So they use it to walk on the ice, and then they capture the seals that they feed on. As the ice disappears over the summer, they just don't have that platform to hunt from. So they are stuck on land where it's really, really difficult to hunt. So they're starving. A lot of them are very smart animals. They're moving closer to towns and communities, and they're looking for trash, and they're looking for pets, and they're getting in trouble. They're getting shot at.
Are they going to extinct?
You know, the estimation at the current rates is that in 50 years, we will no longer have polar bears around the world. Some people are saying, oh, we see so many more polar bears now. Well, they are not out there in the sea ice. They're stuck on land. They're close to communities. They seem to be more plentiful, but they're not. And we are going to lose them. So what? So what if we lose polar bears? Who cares? It's an indicator of what's coming next. If we lose the sea ice, if we lose the polar regions, we've lost the air conditioning for the planet. And the balance of temperature and weather and climate will be changed forever.
Who cares about the polar bears?
Who cares? Yeah, if you don't care about the polar bears, then you are dooming yourself and the rest of us. So everybody needs to care.
How to teach the people these things? Because I think good sense is not, it seems not to be enough.
I think it's really important to know that there's a moment happening right now, a cultural moment on our planet, where the leadership of all of our countries are talking about this. It was easy to ignore until a few years ago. It is imperative that you and I, as citizens, find a way to express our voice. That's everything I've tried to do with my career, is give an opportunity for everybody to say, hey, I would like to live on a living planet too. I don't want to die in a planet full of disasters and catastrophe and scarcity and hunger and, you know, terrifying poverty. We have to understand the power of the people. If we organize, if we speak loudly, hopefully, in an inspiring way about the planet we want, our leaders and the corporations that we buy from should listen. Hey, let's not give up.
No give up. You give me power today, really.
Of course, yeah.
I'm so much doubt sometimes. I say, why I'm doing that?
You know, and everybody feels guilty. You know, oh my God, I don't want to have a cup of coffee because the planet is going to die. We don't need guilt, we need solutions. Polar bears are just knocking on our door saying, hey, we're in trouble, you're about to be in trouble too.
For a brief moment, I was inclined to believe co-founder of Greenpeace, Patrick Moore, that the polar bears are doing great. But thanks God, this outstanding photographer, Christina Mittermeier, brought me down to earth. I mean, she's photographing these animals for decades. I think this is a better source than look at the internet, isn't it? But there's one thing I can't forget. It's the polar bear hunt. It doesn't make sense to me. How can it be that it's allowed to hunt an animal which is endangered that much? Why? So I start making researches about that. This story is so incredible that many said I made it up.
We're going to a hunting expo and we try to buy a hunting license for a polar bear. Of course not. We watch others doing this. I mean, this is absolutely bizarre. You have to know that the Inuit here in Canada, they are allowed to hunt polar bears and they are allowed to sell those licenses to others and create, kind of income for the communities. And the guys who are buying these licenses, it's just classical trophy hunting. I hate trophy hunting.
Do you notice that I'm the only POC here? Hunting seems to be a very wide thing. Hallelujah, it's getting wild now. They kill just for fun. A very surreal place. Can we please go back home? I don't want to be here.
One of many reasons why hunters come to this event is to see and experience hunting as an opportunity because it's a lifestyle that they just love. The purpose here, the state of Utah, the hunting industry, the nonprofit wildlife conservation organizations, all hunters, they are the first ones who pull the trigger, sure, but they're the first ones who come with money and lay it out for the benefit of improving habitat and strengthening the number and the quality and the health of the herds and the flocks and all that. So that's the overall idea behind this. This is not just a show of who kills the biggest animal. No, it's actually not that.
It's conservation.
It's conservation. I'll show you a little bit about that.
Great.
Okay. I could go on and I don't want to. And their missions of wildlife conservation, they are the fuel behind conservation effort, true wildlife conservation. Conservation is an idea, wildlife conservation, boom, 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 boom. Conservation to conservation, all for wildlife conservation. This is real conservation. Why? You know the answer. For wildlife conservation.
Sure.
You like hunting? You don't know yet?
My grandfather did. Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, in Iran.
Oh, very nice.
I'm
yeah.
Persian originally. Yeah.
Very nice.
Just the birds.
Okay,
Yeah,
we love it.
many
Hunters' first experiences are with upland game. We call it.
Yeah.
Birds for sure. Sometimes fishing, and they might kill a fish and understand. Oh, there's a purpose in taking wildlife. It's not a sport only. It's a lifestyle, and it connects you with Grandpa.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I don't know what to say.
This is Hunter's Choice. Let's do it.
This is the 2022 Utah Central Mountains Matai South San Rafael North Black Bear Conservation Permit. Multi-season. Here we go. He's got an $8,000 bid. You got to be 8,500. 85. Got to be 85. I'm going to go 85 here. 85. I'm going to turn out on the 4 here. I'm going to 35. 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 $6. I'm going to do one more time. I'm going to $2. I'm going to 42. I'm going to $2. I'm going to $2. I'm going to $42. I'm going to $2. Now $2.
$70,000 for a license to shoot an elk in Colorado. I honestly don't understand what's happening here. I mean, so if they want to raise money to protect animals, they should just donate it. Period. Not this here. I'm completely perplexed. I've never seen anything like this before.
Who's buying this? Who has so much money?
A lot of them are business owners. A lot of them are investors. A lot of them, I mean, capitalism produces money. And some of them might be an employee of a company and they have saved for a lifetime and they're going to buy their hunt. And they might spend $30,000. People who spend $50,000 and $100,000, they're worth many millions of dollars, if not hundreds of millions. And when they buy a conservation permit, and only some of the hunts that are auctioned here are, quote, conservation permits. If you have $1 million or $10 million tax problem, you might consider writing a check to a wildlife conservation group that also can give you a conservation hunting permit that's that you would be willing to pay whatever the highest price is because you want it. You want to hunt, but then you're going to have a tax write-off.
Folks, if you have any tax problems, now you know exactly what to do. And don't forget, it's all about
conservation.
The question is, why are we that addicted to this animal? Why do we want to cuddle an apex predator? There aren't many people in the world who can explain this animal to us, but Professor Andrew Desrochers from the University of Alberta can. He is something like the benchmark of polar bear science. You cannot seriously make a documentary about polar bears without Andrew Desrochers. Andrew, tell me, who is this polar bear?
Well, it's an Arctic icon. I mean, over time, this has become the species that we sort of think about when we think about climate change. Universally, this is a species that people know. I, as a polar bear scientist, I can't go anywhere in the world without seeing pictures of polar bears. And I don't care if that's selling soft drinks or anything. It has been used universally.
What about those hunting permits you can bid on auctions? Does it have any effect on the population, or is it just something we can forget?
Usually it's a small fraction of the total, like a few percentage points of the total will go to sports hunts. From the perspective of the impact on the population, it's minimal. Because the quota is set to be sustainable, and you know, regardless of your ethics about sport hunting or how you view it, there will be a certain number of bears that can be shot from that population, and who pulls the trigger is irrelevant from a conservation management perspective. But economically, those hunts are quite important to some people in these communities. I worry about climate change. That is the issue for me.
Will they go extinct?
I'm optimistic that they won't. But our analyses to date suggest that they will be greatly reduced in abundance by the last 50 years of this century. You know, right now we call them threatened. If they become endangered, at that point, I think we're no longer going to be too worried about polar bears. We're going to be looking at issues of mass human migration, famine, droughts, and basically restructuring society that will take our focus away from species like polar bears. And for polar bears, the problem is it's their habitat that's disappearing. And one of the challenges with sea ice loss is that the bears are spending more time on land and the bears are in poorer condition. For polar bears, there's no simple fix. We can't just make more sea ice. That means that a lot of these northern communities have polar bears very close to town. The tolerance of the communities to have large numbers of bears around drops dramatically.
But in the end, it's not the fault of the bear that he's coming to the town. So nature always loses.
Ultimately, that is the tragedy that we have created on this planet. Northern people didn't create climate change, but they are certainly witnessing a much faster rate of climate change than almost any other part of the planet.
Yeah, people like me, we are responsible for the climate change, flying around the world, wasting everything we have. They have to pay the bill in the end. They're in the Arctic, the bears and the people there.
I believe we have to pay that debt. But I'm also optimistic that we can find solutions.
So what to do now? How many left? Do we know that?
So globally, we can say there's 23 to 27,000 polar bears. And of those 19 populations, we know that 3 are in decline.
What can I do, Andrew, to make something the polar bear is not going extinct in the end of the century?
Understand the threat to polar bears. It's quite a simple story. The Arctic is warming, the sea ice is disappearing, polar bears rely on sea ice to survive. I can go into a grade 1 class and tell students that, and they understand it. I tell them to turn off the lights when they leave a room because they can save energy. At that level, they get it. And I hear from parents saying, yes, my kid's now turning off the lights all the time because they want to save polar bears. And I think the future generations understand the challenges that we're facing
because they've grown up with the effects of climate change. They can see it. So ultimately, I think the next generations are going to be the ones that demand businesses be green. They're going to be the ones that demand that politicians are green. Future generations require that we take action now.
I mean, we can't make a serious documentary about polar bears and hunting and all of that stuff without going there, huh? Yeah, there, directly to the polar bears. No, I mean hunting polar bears. It's not difficult. I just googled polar bear hunt. That's it. And, are you at the computer right now? Go to Google and search polar bear hunt. I don't know, buy. Then all the results pop up. Look at the third one right away. Canadian Arctic polar bear hunt. 12 days, 15 days, something like that. Course, what is the course? It doesn't say. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. Jokers. It does state that the course of the license, but not the course of the actual hunt. A polar bear license costs $1,100 for a musk ox, whatever that is. It costs $441. I don't give a forget about the danger I'm in. I'm grown up. I mean, journalistically, would you go there? Would you go on such a hunt? If you think it should be done because it's journalistically valuable, then I'll do it. She says it has never been filmed before. There are no recordings of the whole story. I'm talking to Jan right now. Yeah, I mean, if it's never been filmed, if no journalist team been there before, I'm doing it. Who am I? I'm a rich guy who, I don't know, goes polar bear hunting on his birthday. They just want money anyway, come on.
Janina.
Seriously, Janina, you are amazing. Look, Jan. Oh, there they are with the dead polar bears. Oh. This guy hunts with bow and arrows. Look at this. What is that? What is that? He looks like Rambo. It's crazy. Just crazy. Oh, look at that. How could you do that? Oh, you just want to pet him all the time. I couldn't shoot you.
Isn't it a strange relationship we have with these animals? I mean, we always go crazy when we see them, but we don't do anything against climate change, which will sooner or later kill them. When I was a little boy, I saw his parents wrapping the Reichstag in Berlin, and now I'm really, really happy to meet him and his wife, Mary, two outstanding filmmakers and animal rights activists who don't agree with anything here. How is it to see these iconic animals? What are your feelings?
I remember the first time I actually was scared by them.
In Churchill?
In Churchill. So, you know, we're in these tundra buggies, we're above the ground, we're safe. But there was a time when we were outside photographing, and a bear came close and then started grabbing, and then you could see its claws. That was my first big fear. And my first big sense of, yeah, this is the dark, this is the scary, this is the mythological, strong, iconic animal, as opposed to the cuddly, you know, Hallmark card, you know, mom with her cubs curled up.
We wrote this really powerful article about the hunting licenses, about the bids and the auctions and the expos and so on. So. Just to start with it, I just saw your eyes when you was talking about this animal, what it makes with you. And we are selling in the United States, in a country of the Western world, in a democracy, in a country where the hunting of polar bears is forbidden since decades, a country which is kind of fighting for the rights of the polar bear around the world, but you can't bid here on an auction to go to Canada and shoot a polar bear. And the answer is, yes, they are allowed to. What does this say about us?
The notion of hunting an endangered species for money in the name of conservation is cowardly and is simplistic and is ignorant and probably willfully ignorant.
And you're not even allowed to bring the trophy, yet in the case of the polar bear, from Canada to the United States because it's forbidden. So you just killed it and it's there.
To say you did it. You know, and
just to say you did it, that's it.
But this is again capitalism gone awry, because there are two things about being able to say you did it. One is the obvious, I went and I killed this animal. Very few people have done it. The other is to say, I have enough money, I have enough time, I have the right equipment, I can pull the team together, and I can have this elite experience that most people haven't had.
Really, that's right, yeah.
And that's troubling.
When talking to this scientist like Andrew Desrochers,
yeah,
he's telling me there is no impact if 5, 10, 100 licenses are given away from the Inuit. Is it right to do so, or don't we have other ways? So I was confused about this, that the big threat for the polar bears is, of course, the climate change. It's global warming. It's not that people from the United States or from Europe are going to be shooting them.
I talked to him a week ago for that article. If you have a PhD and you're following orders from science, again, the moral and the ethical base is left out. We're missing an enormous part of what it means to be alive. No native people have killed for fun. There's something in the Western world and so-called civilization that has brought us to the precipice. This decade is immense because everything has to change. We have not listened to the Paris Climate Accord, and then we're not listening to the children. Kids who are our son's age to 25, they're trying to tell the adults, what are you doing to our planet? When Greta is speaking and putting her billboard and saying, we have got to change, that I'm striking not just for what I'm not learning in school, but for the consciousness we have to behold, partake of, be activated by in the real world, and the adults are not listening. She doesn't need a degree to say that. She's saying, how dare you, because the killing of even a single polar bear is betrayal to the life force.
I mean, these are the real people who really care about nature, about life, about everything. Nothing against doctors and scientists, and nothing, really nothing against it. But these people are right. We must never forget the moral. Never, regardless of science. We also bear a moral responsibility, and I think we must fulfill it. I believe we have to go left. This is my gut feeling. I'm in a struggle all the time. I don't know what's right or wrong. And I think ultimately, it may sound a bit philosophically, but I believe that's the answer. You don't have to search for what's right or wrong or what's better or something like that. We have to act. We just have to act, and it's time to act now. Wait, I just put it right here. Janina has checked everything by now. They just want an initial payment of $12,500. And then other, I don't know, 40 or 50,000, something like that later. I will do it now. Forget about the money. Are you in?
You know, it's all about Chardonnay.
So you're giving that money to an unknown organizer?
No, not just any organizer. Oh no, $12,500.
1, 2, 10. But what are we going to do there?
Welcome to your journey to Griesfjord to hunt a polar bear.
What do we actually do there?
I don't know.
But we don't hunt the animal, right?
We're journalists. We see what comes on. We don't know beforehand, otherwise we wouldn't do this all.
And what do you think they'll do when they find out that we're journalists?
Nothing. They've earned their money. $60,000.
I find it a bit extreme.
You're just supposed to hold the camera. I handle the hunting.
And what's the temperature there right now?
Currently we have minus 26 degrees.
I'm supposed to record you at minus 26 degrees while chasing a polar bear?
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculously dangerous.
That's the only way we can truly understand what's going on. I tried everything to talk to the Inuit, but they won't talk to me, at least about the hunting. If the mountain won't come to Mohammed, then Mohammed must go to the mountain. But I'm not sure who's the mountain of Mohammed here. I think I'd rather be the mountain. You have to be spontaneous. We're in a spontaneous job. It's over now anyway. Done. Let's go. Pour yourself another glass of wine and then we'll figure out how to prepare for a hunt.
A hunt we're actually not going to do.
I don't even have a weapon. Come on, seriously. Do you think I'm capable of killing a polar bear?
But what if they insist?
What do they want to do? They would never kill us there because we say we want to hunt a polar bear, but then decided not to. I say, hey, I don't want to hunt anymore. I've changed my mind.
I don't feel like this is well thought through. I'm more afraid of the people than the polar bears.
Humans are the more dangerous animal.
I went to a hunting expo to understand these hunters. I talked to the best of the best to understand these polar bears. I researched and researched and researched, but I didn't find an answer. Why are we killing an animal for fun that will probably be extinct in the next decades? I think I have to go on a hunt by myself.
And it's surprisingly easy. A bit of research, 60,000 to an outfitter, and everything is done for me. It's like an all-inclusive vacation, no prior experience necessary. And unfortunately, my outfitter is also really, really friendly.
Good evening, Michel.
Good evening, how are you?
How are you?
Everything good?
Good.
So I'm really excited. I've never done something like this in that area before, so I think it's totally different to be in areas which can be that cold.
But you will be using tents which are heated, and they keep them nice and warm.
What about the weapon?
You are using a rifle?
I was thinking using a rifle or the other thing. What do you call it? The traditional one?
Bow and arrow?
Yeah.
So it's up to you. Usually we don't have a problem getting, 30 yards from the bear.
Mm-hmm.
So they usually put a dog or two. When they get close, they release a couple dogs. The dogs stand there and bark at them, and gives you time to prepare and take the shot when it's presented. I mean, do you have bow and arrow experience yourself?
Yes, I have some. Not much, but I have.
In that case, I would suggest you maybe just use a rifle.
Okay. What about the fur? What's happening to it?
Normally, they ship it to me here in Edmonton, and then they put it in the freezer. And that's the best way to preserve it for the longest period of time. So that's normally what they do, and then hopefully the rules change.
How many furs you have in the fridge?
Yeah, lots.
Really?
I have lots here.
Really?
Yes. There is a company now that makes replicas, which are very realistic. They take some measurements of the bear and, just to make it as realistic as your bear. They can make little scars on the nose and stuff like that if you have it.
How much is it?
About 16,000.
I've just a last question. What happened if I don't shoot a bear? What happened to the license? Is this license owned by me?
Yes, it is in your name, so only you can use it. And then after the end of the season, at the end of May, it's no good anymore.
Okay, perfect, easy. So I hope we're lucky. So you gave me.
Yes, we should be. We've been 100% success. So we hope to continue with that as well. There's nowhere better to go for these bears.
Perfect. That's weg.
Now he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy that nobody is asking who I am, what I am, or if I can hunt at all. If you don't have much experience, maybe you shouldn't shoot with bows and arrow. Bring your rifle. What rifle? No questions at all. And success guaranteed. And the bear furs are stacked in his freezer because you can't export them. And if I want, I'll get a replica for my trophy room that looks exactly like the bear I shot. Where do you think we should hang it? We'll look it up here. Are you ready for minus 20 degrees Celsius, Jan? But the tents are nice and warm, you know? Everything is nice and warm, the dog sled is ready, and the people know what to do.
Okay, let's think a little bit about what he said. I think we need some preparation. Bow and arrow. I think this is something I can find here.
You must be Bruce.
Hey, what's going on?
Bruce, how are you? Nice to meet
Bruce.
you.
Nice to meet
Thank
you.
you. How are you?
I'm doing great.
So,
are we here to try a bow out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So this is my bow, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that bow, you can kill whatever you want in North America and more. You can probably kill African animals. But
Really? You can kill an elephant with it?
yeah, I've got a couple customers that's done that. So let me show you another bow, another option. It's not gonna have as much technologies as what mine would, but this bow will do anything. What are you hunting back home?
Bears.
Bear? All day long.
Really?
You'll kill a bear with this. My bear right there that's on the wall, I killed that with a 66-pound bow at 45 yards, right?
So like that?
Mm-hmm. Watch fan. Yeah.
So this is the modern Robin Hood.
This is the modern Robin Hood.
Okay, how much is this one?
That's $6.79.
$6.79. So you're just hunting with bow and arrow, or also using rifles?
Me?
Yeah.
Just a bow hunter.
You're just a
Rifle's
traditional
too
guy.
easy for me. It's nothing against it.
Yeah.
But there's not enough challenge. I like the challenge of a bow hunt.
What do you hunt?
Name
Everything.
Name it.
All the things we see here.
Yeah, wild boar, bear.
And all
pig,
with this one.
Deer. Okay, so everything in archery for you is going to be about repeatability. The more repeatable you are here, the more repeatable you're going to be there, right?
Yeah.
Turn to me. Face me. Okay, take both toes straight. Don't move. Perfect. So make a fist like you're going to punch me. Okay, so what I'm looking for on you is I want that knuckle right there. Look downrange for me. I want you to come behind your ear, hit your ear, and I want you to go into that pocket, your mandible, with that knuckle. This part of your finger, I want into your jawline. I want your nose to be right on the string here. Make a horseshoe. Yep. There's a direct line of skeletal structure to your shoulder. I want these two touch points.
Yeah.
Now, once you get pressure on this release, you have a loaded weapon. Let's
got
have some fun, man.
Yeah.
Pull it.
Definitely. Yeah?
You got this.
Really?
Pull as hard as you can. I'm gonna help you on the first one. Pull, pull, pull. Okay, don't touch the trigger.
Okay.
Feel the lead off?
Yeah.
Okay, put your knuckle behind your ear. This knuckle.
Oh,
That's okay.
be careful.
Yeah, I'm
I don't wanna
good.
kill
Are you
you.
good?
I'm good. I'm afraid. Oh, God.
Okay,
No,
don't be
I
afraid. You own this. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Once again.
Shoot the top pin. Close your left eye for me. Squeeze the trigger. Yeah, you just shot a bow and arrow. Give me some. Okay, so where are you aiming?
Oh, yeah.
Are you aiming right here?
No, I'm not. Yeah, I was.
That's good.
I don't know what I did.
It's not sighted in. That's okay. Shoot another one. Squeeze slow. Finger around the trigger.
Mine arm.
I want you to be hard on yourself and think about it. Yeah, buddy. Nice shooting.
I think the bear is dead. We can go home.
No, not yet. He's chasing you now.
Okay, once again.
Look at this. I never shot before, and now you're killing it.
If I tell somebody I want to go on a hunt for bears, they won't laugh at me if I come in with this one.
I mean, if you look at some of the animals, that's an Asiatic water buffalo. That's a giraffe. I mean, there's some big animals, muskox, that you can harvest with a bow and arrow.
You can even kill a polar bear.
The polar bear is going to be your biggest bear, but you can't shoot him anymore anyhow. But this will be the biggest bear you're going to shoot in the world.
Well, you can shoot them.
Polar bears?
Yeah.
You just can't bring them back to America then.
Wir brauchen nicht mehr ins Fitnessstudio zu
I
gehen.
don't need to go to the gym anymore. I just do this from now on.
Ich glaube, ich bin sehr gut.
He says I'm very good.
Aber es ist hart, einen Toten.
But it's still tough. A dead lion. I feel a huge ambivalence.
Aber ist so nett.
The guy is so nice and cool, making what they do seem completely legit.
Dann ist alles okay, finde ich. Dann sollen die.
But I believe that nobody should shoot a lion. A deer. There are millions of those. But not lions, nor elephants. And never a polar bear.
Lovely.
Okay, congratulations.
Guys, it was very fun with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Had a
Take
blast.
care.
You did really well.
So hope to see you again very soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cheers. Ja, jetzt bin ich stolzer Besitzer.
Now I'm a proud owner of a bow and arrow, with which I can kill a bear or elephant or whatever. He said you can kill everything with that.
You just bought a bow
Bow and arrow.
with which you will go on a polar bear hunt.
You're a bit afraid that I might actually shoot, right, huh? I know what you're thinking. You think this guy is crazy. You end up shooting the bear just because he feels like it. No, I won't actually do that.
But you purchased the weapon just to protect us from getting caught.
Yeah, man. We must not forget that what we're doing there is pretty dangerous. I mean, I can't get a read on these people at all.
Sie leben davon.
This is their existence. It's really, really important to them.
Alle haben Angst vor dem,
Everyone
was
is afraid of what we're doing. Has never been filmed before. Nobody has really gone there on a hunt like this and yeah, filmed it. And come on, we can't go to the Arctic, to the northernmost inhabited settlement in the world, and not have a weapon with us. Otherwise, people would say that something's wrong with us. So I have a weapon now. Guys, I push aside the question of whether all of this even makes sense. Instead, my cameraman Jan and I are going full throttle, fit for the Arctic in 5 weeks. We give it our all. Unfortunately, our camera batteries don't. A test in the freezer reveals empty in 2 hours.
It means we need many of them.
Honestly, I'm a little afraid of this journey. I don't know if what I'm doing here is right or wrong, if it has any impact on you guys. The only solution is a visit to the psychologist, a very special one.
Nice to meet you, Michael.
Hi, I'm Wendy Bruin de Bruin.
Nice to meet you.
So thank you for coming to Los
Thanks
Angeles.
for having us. I mean, we all know about global warming. We all know about climate change as a topic I think people are just sick of. They don't want to talk about it anymore. But we have to talk about it because it's the planet, it's the place we are living on.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we like that? And say, la, 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 I know.
If there's a risk that is scary and it feels like there's nothing you can do about it, then people avoid information about that risk.
So are we doomed?
I don't think we're doomed. I think what's needed is better communications about what we can do about it, because I think there are things we can do. We can change some of our behaviors. So as individuals, we can try to emit less carbon by flying less or driving less. And in terms of our food choices, we can try to eat more vegan and vegetarian or avoid beef. And we can also vote for politicians who will make bigger changes beyond our individual changes.
But what about myself? I know everything of these things I can do.
You're not doing
But honestly, I'm not doing it.
Are you
What's
not?
wrong with me? Yeah, and I'm not.
I don't know.
I'm not the guy who's like this.
Mhm,
Because
you are listening.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Mhm.
But in the end, I say, yeah, let's go for the new smartphone. Let's go for the steak today.
I think for a lot of people, there's so many different things you can do, and it seems like too much. So perhaps it would help to focus on one thing. And so maybe an easier thing to change is eat a little bit less beef. You don't have to go entirely vegan. And once you start there, you might be able to make some other choices to make a difference. But take one step at a time instead of trying to do everything, because that's too overwhelming.
So when does it start that I'm not closing my eyes anymore because the problem is too big for me to handle?
So once people start taking some steps to actually do something about it, a lot of the feelings of hopelessness and climate anxiety go down. So actually doing something, even if it's just a little bit, can help with feeling better about it, feeling less hopeless and less anxious.
What about things like we are doing here? What about documentaries?
I think
Awareness?
documentaries can make a big difference.
Really?
Yes.
Because I'm not sure. We just woke up and said, we have to act. We need to do something. Sometimes I'm not sure if this work has an effect.
I think that if in your documentary you draw attention to this problem and then give people the tools to act, information about what they themselves can do, encourage them to vote, encourage them to put pressure on their politicians to make a difference, then I think your documentary may be able to make a difference.
What are we going to do now?
Ich hatte da so eine Idee.
I have an idea. I'd like you to join me. Here in Los Angeles, up in the mountains, I think there is still snow. At least once we should unpack and repack all the stuff and lay down for a while to get a little feel for it. And if we don't wear the parka, it should feel like minus 20 degrees Celsius, I think.
minus 20, glaube ich.
Pretty warm today, huh?
What was the coldest temperature you ever experienced?
That doesn't count. It was in Amsterdam at minus 20 degrees. I don't really remember how it feels. Because, I hate colds. It doesn't matter. I want to save a single polar bear, period. But what I've learned now is that the money we're putting in there is very important for the communities, for the living, because they actually all have, government jobs of some kind, and essentially earn extra money for the community by selling those licenses. Of course, you can ask yourself why you need to kill polar bears, which, I'm sorry, I find absolutely morally reprehensible. But well, I'm not the person who should judge how the Inuit live their lives. That's not my thing. And apart from that, it's my fault that these animals are dying out. It's my fault and not the Inuit's fault, and then going there saying, but I think what you're doing here is really stupid. It's difficult. Ha, that's snow. It's not warm, but it's not cold either. Come on, we will just test it. Oh my god, no, nobody should see the bow. They might think I'm a sniper or something like that. Let's see what we have here. I talked to a friend who has been to the Arctic before, and she gave me some advice. First, I'll put this on. Oh yeah, exactly. Icebreaker Merino 200. Next, I need to wear this, and now comes the next layer. And then I thought I'll simulate the parka with my coat. It's going to look a bit silly now. Oh, I feel a little bit dizzy. This is going to be a nightmare. Okay, you can't do anything when wearing these things. I try to find a good place to lay down in the sleeping bag to test it, okay? This is, by the way, the only sleeping bag designed for minus 40 degrees Celsius. How are you supposed to use this? Does it work like that? Oh, it will be like this. Oh, we need to practice all of this again. I'll be right back, give me a moment. I'm trying to find the zipper.
All good?
Nothing is good. It feels like a grave. I haven't taken any clothes off yet, yeah? I still have everything on except my coat. My butt is freezing. It's really, really cold. This is no joke. I'm a little bit claustrophobic. All the batteries have to fit in here. The cameras and everything we have must go on in here. It's going to be a lot like this. A lot like this. We could have filmed a documentary about cool beaches.
Wir werden sterben.
We're going to die.
Oh Mann.
Oh man. We're just going to die.
Let the party start. And from now on, I definitely don't know what will happen.
This is a bow and arrow. Okay.
Forgot the hats.
Du hast deine Mütze vergessen.
You forgot your hat and I forgot mine too. How important do you think hats are? I think they're very important.
Wir haben es jetzt 10
I mean, it's 10 degrees Celsius now and I'm freezing right now.
Mützen sind sehr wichtig.
Hats are very important.
Ich habe auch keine
I don't even have proper shoes.
Klasse vorbereitet.
Well prepared, right?
Hello. We're going to Nunavut and we forget our hats. You have something, you know, big ones, warm ones.
I also kind of look like a polar bear now.
Can you clap once?
Okay.
Okay, then grab the camera. Have you ever tried to handle the camera? Do you know how it works?
I'm not stupid.
Dreimal drücken.
Press 3 times here.
So.
This way.
Dreimal drücken.
Press 3 times this way. That's all I'm going to do. I'm the undercover guy, yeah? We can actually... we can film there, it's not forbidden. We're just pretending we're tourists. We're regular tourists and have this camera with us, and you're my cameraman because I record everything I do. And you're sure it will work.
The camera is definitely the most inconspicuous, especially if we are allowed to film and take photos for, let's say, your after movie.
What after movie? I see. We'll pretend. I'll make an after movie for the family show. Brilliant. Okay, we can do this. Here we go. Here we go. Oh great. No, I'm not alarmed anymore. Wait, I have to press here this 3 times. Or was it 2 times?
I'm already down here, waiting for Michael, and we'll soon be taking off. I barely slept, because I'm quite nervous. I'm very glad that Michael has enough courage for the both of us.
Mut hat für uns beide.
Oh God. It's happening.
Es geht los.
I hope you're not as nervous as I am. I can't believe what we're doing now. I was pretty calm until last night and I thought everything is going to be fine. I didn't sleep at all last night. I only saw polar bears and people finding out what we're doing and planning to do, and oh, come on, people trying to arrest and kill us, polar bears attacking us. Yeah, you weren't there, lucky you. But we can do it, come on.
Hey, das ist unglaublich.
That is unbelievable. Our hunting organizer just sent me an email. How I'm doing, if everything is okay, and that a second hunter is also on the plane. And if we want, we could say hello. No, I googled him. Oh, he has hunted a polar bear before. Man, take a look at this. That's the guy sitting back there. Oh, he hunts bears all the time. He's a bear hunter. All right, we should be a bit cautious now he got up. We need to be here in conspicuous. La la la, good mood, bam bam, I'm excited. Ding, ding, ding. Oh no, I spilled iced tea on myself because I'm so excited.
Hey, Mike.
I think we were the same flight too.
Fjord. Pleased to meet you.
How are you?
Hi.
This is Jan, my colleague.
Okay.
Friend.
Jan. Nice to meet you too.
Making my vlog.
Have you guys spent any time in the frozen north?
Never before. Is that magic as we think, yeah?
Let me show you really quick. Got a video from my last polar bear hunt. See the dogs? He couldn't let the dogs go. He couldn't do it, so we had to jump off real quick because they were going after the bear.
Oh, there he is. Now I can see him.
See the dogs just leave. Watch how fast. I mean, he was dead in seconds. Down.
What was the distance? 30 yards?
26. I don't want to recommend that. That was pretty close.
Too close? Why you did it?
Because I wanted to. I wasn't afraid. My guide said, "You're too close. Are you kidding?" I mean, you know, I'm not here to go on vacation. I'm here to kill.
What's on your mind right now?
I don't know. So many things. Sometimes I wonder if this is a good idea. Approaching a bear.
Ma'am, has been a pleasure.
Yes, nice
Take
to
care.
meet you.
Hope to see you again. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah. This is cold. Oh. Oh, is it? Oh, that's cold. Where to go?
It wasn't even 30 seconds. I can't feel my fingers anymore. Damn it. Ooh. I'm serious. I think I have frostbite on my left fingers. I can't feel them anymore. Now I'm a bit worried again.
Yeah. Which part is it you try to get?
You didn't really want to shoot him standing up like this.
No, not like this when he is, but what is, but because I don't have that much experience with bears.
Well, think about it. The lungs are typical around here. When he stands up, everything kind of falls down. So you think it's a good shot, but it's actually not. And you can only hit one lung if you shoot him like that.
Weren't you excited for the first bear?
No.
No.
You know why? When you're on a hunt, you have to leave your emotions at home.
Pretty quiet. Even though the lady at the hotel thought my shoes were absolutely cool, I must say they're absolutely impractical for here. I should have thought of that as well.
These are our guides, the guys who will take us out for the hunts and think I'm a polar bear hunter.
Nice to meet you. I like the high.
You know that feeling? That feeling like everybody knows what we're up to? I think they know who we are. The atmosphere is, very tense. Let's make some selfies and buy the license to kill a polar bear.
Hi, I'm Michel. Nice to meet you, Michael. You're just getting polar bear take?
Just the polar bear take, yeah. How many have been there this year?
Every year it's usually 10. Are you bow or rifle?
Bow.
All of those 3 years I've been working here, every sport hunter polar bear. Total comes to 1,375. This is 1,400. When you kill the bear, if you do kill a bear, make sure you keep that bear on the nose. Your guide knows all that stuff. Yeah.
That was quick. 5 minutes later, license bought.
They are all crazy about hunting. What are we doing here, Jan? What are we doing here?
And it's getting even more dangerous.
What were we thinking? Michel, wait a minute. I have to tell you something, to ensure we stick to the same story. Fred the hunter just asked me if you ever shot animals because you seem so nervous. I told him that you have more experience in hunting deer, and that it's been a while since your last hunt.
What were we thinking? Really? What are we doing here?
We're about to be caught. The hunter from Texas wants me to do some test shoot. I said I need to make some preparations first.
So, Leute.
Okay, folks. So think about what Bruce said.
Arm entspannt.
Arm relaxed.
Schultern gerade.
Shoulders relaxed. A little bit to the left. Where's the arrow? Can you see it? Oh, it goes there in and we're out.
So the master and his son are entering the scene, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, so now I want to see your skills. Where did you practice?
Yeah, we did it down the road.
So 30 yards is here.
30 is here.
Good shot.
Thank you.
He's thrilled due to the posture, because of everything, because of the arrows, everything. And it's really interesting. But I won't kill a bear. But the community kind of expect from me that I kind of set a new world record tomorrow. The biggest bear that has ever been shot. So Jan, pack your stuff. We've got a date. We can't be late. This one is important.
Guys, you know, I really tried everything to talk to Inuit, but they didn't want to. It might be destiny, but in this little town called Greasefjord, I found one, a very special one. Larry is a superstar here. He's an author, Inuk activist, and one of the village elders. And now I have the opportunity to talk to an Inuk about his perspective on bears, on climate, on their life.
What does this polar bear means to the Inuit culture?
Everything. My first polar bear, I cried because I've never seen such a majestic creature. And I just had tears in my eyes when I put down my first bear. It was almost like I was ashamed to do it, you know.
How many you get in a season? How many bears?
Oh, I'll probably get one.
One?
Once a year if I want to.
And you eat the meat, yeah?
Yeah. Only to a point. It's not like, I'm not gonna eat it every day. Very strong.
When looking at what's happening on the earth right now, about things like global warming, everything is changing in the world. When you are living in a place where you can feel it, can you feel it?
The climate change, it's been happening. You're right, it's accelerated, it's really speeded up. Last winter, I remember it didn't get cold enough for me to wear my real cold weather clothes. And I love it, being out there in that cold. But last year, for the first time I remember, not the same. I remember on the days of September, we go on the ice, we go on a dog sled, or we go on a snow machine in that period. Go out hunting on ice. Now, come September, I'm on a boat, in a canoe or boat. In October, I'm still on a boat.
The life story of this man is impressive. Larry didn't always live here. He tells me about the dark chapter in Canadian history, the forced relocation of indigenous people for geopolitical reasons, a barrier against the Soviets and the claim to the Arctic during the Cold War. Decades later, there was an apology letter. And now they are allowed to sell hunting licenses to earn some extra income.
So you're one of the first people?
Yeah, first regular Canadians living up here. Yeah, the first one with my parents at that time. The problem was that we were expected to survive in the harsh differences of where we originally come from.
Didn't they give you anything?
We were not expected to be given anything.
With lots of false information, yeah?
They did not tell us everything right away. The dark season was something we had to get used to. The sun leaving in end of October, coming back in February middle. You know, that was rather perplexing. We couldn't figure out why would they not tell us the truth. Were they thinking that we won't understand, you know? That really is hard to accept. Makes you feel less than what we call equal to anyone anywhere in the world, you know? Why?
Everything is loaded, everyone is ready. Grandma is also here to wish everyone good luck again. But we can really see that this is a special thing for the people here. A lot of luck is being wished, spirits are being, I don't know what, Grandma adds a few words. Dad calls once again, everyone is ready. I hope the sun stays like this. It's beautiful like that. We know very well that it won't stay like this.
You excited for the trip?
Yes.
I hope you guys will be comfortable.
It is lovely. It is now lovely.
Calm before the storm.
Here we go. The dogs, the dogs. Oh, it's beautiful. My God, it's beautiful. Wow, it's just wow. We're in the middle of the frozen Arctic Ocean. It's unbelievable. That's where we are now. And yes, guys, everything here is incredibly expensive. I mean, $100,000 for a hunt may sound like a lot,
But you know, when a pack of spaghetti costs $20, you can imagine what's left in the end. I think not much. You know, everything has to be imported here. There's absolutely nothing. Yeah, and the people were deported here. It's unbelievable. I'm a bit concerned about how they'll end up when we return without a polar bear. You know, that has never been happened before. Convincing them not to shoot a bear, I think this will be a lot of work. But I'm afraid they won't understand. And I have to kill the bear. This is something we have definitely to avoid. Definitely.
It doesn't look so well where we want to go. How do you know it's not looking good? Because of the... You can't even see the mountains over there. Oh, there are mountains? Yeah. But we can go over here. Go up there and scout, look for polar bears. Okay. Yeah.
So, let's go up to see the bears.
Oh, I can make it like this. I'll try. No, I can't. Yeah, I know. That's why. Give me that one.
That one.
Hold on to it.
I did. Thank you.
And now you just try to spot, yeah?
Yeah.
Something that might be moving a little.
Some have dirty butt, some are clean, some are big, some are small.
Utuk.
Utuk. On top of a nest.
On top of the nest.
On top of the nest.
Utuk.
Utuk.
They found bear tracks. No, they're bringing out the dogs. I don't know what will happen now. I'll endure this. First time on a dog slide.
Oh, ich bin aufgeregt.
Oh, I'm excited. It's starting. Damn. I can't see anything because the glasses are fogged up again. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Folks, I'm shaking all over. Now everything is going to be exposed. Dogs, don't mess up on me. I have no idea what will happen if we actually find a bear now. Honestly, I thought I had more time to find a solution. If the bear shows up now, yeah, we are busted. Dog sledding is, by the way, like a national sacred act here, and I'm now honored with that. The traditional dog sled hunt is mandatory for polar bear hunting, giving the bear a fair chance. It's a good idea in theory, but reality paints a different picture. The bears are chased with jet skis until they overheat and simply collapse. A sad story. But I have to say, this might be the most beautiful thing I've ever done. Look at this, people. Isn't it a crime to lose all of this? Isn't it a crime? Despite all the fear I'm feeling right now, I repeatedly understand why I'm here when I see all of this. We can't afford to lose it. We just can't. Sorry. Not me. I don't give up.
What are they doing?
Hunting bear.
Hunting bear.
Okay, no bear, just old tracks. But they persist. They have only one goal, to find a bear for me to kill. I think they truly believe I'm a hunter. The energy is just incredible. Yeah, it's their life. And it's getting colder and colder. By the way, that's the famous cabin where everybody who's been successful leaves their mark. I'm so happy that we can stay here this night. It's too cold.
How long does it usually take, the hunts?
Depends.
And the people the hunters are picky with the bears, or do they take whatever they want, the big one? Yeah, most of them.
All the time.
The biggest.
The biggest. But it's hard to get the biggest. You can't just spot the biggest bear, you know.
Yeah.
Huh?
What your dad is going to say when you come back without a bear?
I'm gonna come back with the bear.
You're coming back with a bear.
It's all like a film. Smells like gas here inside. We've never seen anything like this. It's so surreal. The entire burden of families, the community, everything rests on the shoulders of these truly amazing guys. They want us to be more than okay. And I know it's easy to blame them for all this hunting thing. But it's not their fault. You know that. And outside, it's getting worse. Stuck now for 3 days in this cabin. We have to escape because they have to return with a dead bear. They asked me to go out to the climate for the trip, otherwise it could be a shock during the ride. Nobody knows how long it will take. Folks, look at this. This is the Arctic. Wouldn't it be sad if we lose all of that, really? Wouldn't it be sad? Sometimes I ask myself what they do if all of this is gone. I will be home very soon, but they live here. Guys, the Northwest Passage was for the very first time after thousands of years ice-free. They don't go there anymore. You have to understand this, folks. No one made this up. It's the truth. If this place isn't frozen anymore, you can't say, yeah, it's life. Sometimes it's warm, sometimes it's cold. Sorry, people are talking so much rubbish. Sometimes I just need to let it out, all these feelings. Otherwise, I think I'm going to explode. You know, it's not about the weather. It's about climates. All scientists are saying that. Everybody can see this. We can measure it. There is indisputable evidence. They say the bears are thinner than they were before. There are less seals. Knock, 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 knock at our doors. It would be that easy than it was just the hunt, but it's not King's hunt. The hunt doesn't have any impact on that what is happening here. Let the people hunt as much as they like. It's what we are doing in our lives, in our world. This is what will destroy everything on this planet. Everything. It's not about the polar bear, it's about everything. All of my attempts to change their minds failed. It was slowly getting really dangerous. They suspected we might be journalists, so I agreed to depart just to avoid further endangering us. I didn't know what would happen if we returned to the village without a dead bear, so I had to play along with the game. I hope they know what they're doing, but I'm really concerned. No visibility, They call it whiteout. And they told me it's the most dangerous thing that can happen to you out here, except being attacked by a polar bear. And guess what? Polar bears love whiteouts.
You good? You need help?
Stuck. Won't be the last time, and by far not the worst. Do you know one of my biggest fears? Falling through the ice on the frozen sea.
What's that? Open water.
Shit. I thought the whole thing is frozen.
What's the plan?
I have no idea. One says we're crossing over, the other says I don't want to end up in the ocean.
Jump on to the other side. No problem. Should I do this? No. I'll do whatever you say, you know that.
I think they know what we're up to here, and they are concerned, really, really concerned. They believe they are the enemy to us, that we want to expose them, but I'm the enemy here. I must be charged.
The guy's doing this.
Your grandpa?
Yeah.
Fall into that?
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's like one whole entire day. We've been here for several days now, but since it's never get dark, it's always the continuation of the same day that never ends. It's always white, full of snow. It never gets dark. And we're always on the lookout for the bear, so that I can shoot it. Come on, come on, come on, Dan. Oh, shit. Shit, not again.
What happened this time, bro?
Huh?
What you want?
Stuck. I need a tow rope.
Stuck again. Again, and again. Bumps. Bad bumps.
Whoa.
Hop on. Hop off. Hop on and hop off. Push. Push and pull. Fixing something. Hop on.
Yeah.
Bumps. Hop on. Bad bumps.
Oh,
Stuck
we're stuck again, aren't we? Huh? We're stuck again. It was supposed to take 4 hours, but we've already spent 1 hour with starting, just trying to... we just started driving not even 1.5 minutes ago, and we are stuck again.
The 4 hours ride turned into 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know where we are. I don't know what we are. No GPS. It's getting colder and colder.
Jan, watch where you step. I nearly fell into this.
For real? Here into this glacier crevasse?
Yeah, there.
Oh God.
Yeah, I stood up to there.
Did you think you were gone?
What? Huh?
Did you think you were gone?
I thought I fell into a crevasse. I'm telling you honestly, I'm a bit out of breath. I really thought I fell into a crevasse.
It's clear now. We've taken the wrong path. A place that doesn't forgive such mistakes. And they tell me this place is called Bearland. I can't go on. I've lost all sense of time and space. That's it. That's it, yeah? Folks, I have to convince them to turn back. They want me to kill a bear, but I'm here to save one. Just one. For $100,000 for my conscience. Thanks God, 14 hours on the road, completely lost, but no bear in sight. God is on my side.
Big fresh tracks. Polar bear tracks. You hear that?
Maaike?
You hear that? Big bear tracks. You have to hunt polar bear.
Wie schön man den Weg sieht, ne?
Oh, how nice you can see the path where he walked.
Fahren sie ihm hinterher.
It's crazy. Now they're looking for him. They want to find him.
2 feet on 1 paw. What do you think? Should we track him?
Yeah, we should.
Possible.
Jetzt wird's gefährlich.
No,
Jetzt wird's gefährlich.
it's getting dangerous. Sudden twist of the game. After 9 hours trip to the camp. Polar bear tracks.
Those 2 dogs knows what's up. Is that someone you want? Michael Abdullah.
Just watch.
The hunt is on. 24 hours later. And there's 24 hours to go.
You can kill a bear.
No. You. You heard him screaming from all the way over there?
I did.
That was of excitement.
I did.
Come on, let's go on the sled. One stands right by him. There he is. There. I see him. Oh God. There it is, man. There it is. Mon is right next to him. It's running towards Mon. Damn. Mon. It's running towards Mon. Damn. Mon, get away faster. Wow. He's attacking Mon. There's the bear, man. Film it. There's the man. There. Film it.
Can't kill him.
Right there.
Are you good with that?
No. Why?
He belongs to here.
Wow.
That's just beautiful. That's him. My bear. The one I rescued. For 1 year.
You okay with not shooting it? Even if you're a hunter? You understand me? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
That's a beautiful bear.
It's a nice one.
Let's leave one alive for this season. This is the most incredible thing I've ever done in my life. I can't believe it.
So the big hunters are okay with not killing him?
Yeah.
Yeah? All of you?
Yeah. Very good. The next one you shoot.
The next one I shoot. 11 inch.
Das ist Eisbärenjagd.
This is polar bear hunting. I completely understand why they do that. What it means for them to be on a hunt. I think both sides have learned something today. I hope that at least.
Und Jan,
You know what, Jan? If they only knew how many polar bears we've already killed.
Viel einfacher, ihm die Schuld.
It's just much easier to blame them. How can anyone just shoot polar bears?
Wir sind nämlich viel krasser. Wir jagen.
We're worse. We don't hunt polar bears here. We hunt polar bears from our damn couch through the way we live.
It would be scary to camp here.
You.
Yeah, I mean, I would be scared.
You're never scared.
I would be.
No, you're not the guy who's scared. You're like a little polar bear. The black one.
You look so big from afar.
Yeah. He is.
Like the size of the snow machine. You get 30 yards up in there.
You wanted, yeah?
I did. But if you don't want it, it's okay. It's okay.
Thank you so much for watching my documentary. I'm Michael and I want to raise $1 million to save the polar bears. You know why? If the polar bears disappear one day, we will disappear either. So there is still work. And yeah, you can help us to keep these animals on this planet. Just go to my site, truth-unscripted.com, and make a little donation of $2.50 to save the bears, to save this planet, to save us. And please subscribe my channel, Truth Unscripted, on YouTube. We will make more documentaries for you. We will try to explain you the world with a little bit of fun. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing my work.